And as always, if you go shopping this weekend and you use a cart, make sure that you put it back in the cart return when you're done with it, because that's what you're supposed to do. And we'll see you next week. What was that? We did the end first? Oh,
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We love you so. Your human buddy Sam and his teddy friend, this is hello. The song's almost over, it's about to end. Let's start the show. Cancel the podcast. Sidim is the opposite of standing. Sidim is the opposite of running around. Sidim is a wonderful thing to do because you're Sidim. Can I say something? I've been on social media for about 10 years now, and I've had earworms or brain worms, whatever you call them. Worms. I've had worms in my ear. There has never been a sound, a song, and anything that has been more welcomed, more powerful, more perfect than Mr. Brian Jordan Alvarez's Sitting song. If you haven't heard it, where have you been? Pause this episode and go listen to it right now. It's perfect. Today is September 29th, and I checked before we recorded when he posted that song. September 10th, not 3 weeks ago, he gave us this gift to the world. And I'm not exaggerating when I say world, because this has spread. Brian is from or he lives in America. I think he's in Los Angeles or New York or something. This has made its way to Australia and beyond. I don't even know, like, this is the internet. Like, this is what the internet should be. This is all so good. And I can't even imagine how fun this is for him, because I'm having a blast. Mount Joy, my brother's friend's band, very popular band. I think they're on tour right now. They sang this song at their concert for thousands of people. And in the video, when they played this song, the audience was singing along and they loved it. We all know it. We all love it. There's nothing to not like about this. And it's so, and I mean this in a good way. This is a compliment. It's so stupid that Brian has, I'm going to play the video and show pictures and everything. He's got this, first of all, he does this, he's been doing this for years now. He has all these characters that he does that I'm going to try to explain this. He put these filters on, and he does these accents that I don't think exist. And he mispronounces words, and he skips over syllables, and for the love of God, go on his TikTok, on his Instagram, wherever, and just enjoy. Don't try to understand it either. You can't. So a couple weeks ago, he posted this song, and when I heard it, right away it was in my head, and that's a gift right there, to make something. He's the Beatles right now. He's made a tune that people are covering. They're doing their own renditions of. They're making them sad. They're making them. I saw a heavy metal version of it. I made my own version of it. I made a silly little skit. I was
it was stupid. I was doing a court case, and the prosecutor and the judge and the jury all broke out into this song. It was pretty silly, but it was so much fun. And that's what's happening right now. People are doing their own little thing, and it's making people happy. It's making me happy. It's such a fun thing to have stuck in my head, and I'll just 24/7 constantly. When I walk down the stairs to go to my car, it's looping in my head. And he's been interviewed by Rolling Stone, Time Magazine, Vulture. All these people are reaching out to him, just loving it. And this song made it to Australia. They're playing it on the radio over there. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I think that a producer or something did a remix of it, and he's Australian, and maybe that's how it happened. But he's got like TJ Mack is this character's name, and he's just, all the posts that he has it's just the filter on his face, and it's so silly. And I'm not gonna get tired of this. I don't think. I want this. I want a movie with this guy. It's just all his entire feed is just his interviews, and he just got interviewed an hour ago. By...
I don't. There's nothing I hate. So.
Okay, so love it or hate it, sitting.
I love to just whenever I am sitting, I just am always happy. So that's for me. Sitting is a wonderful thing to do, and that's why the first time I had a song that is a mega just in the world that is just gonna be of course about sitting. I'm sitting right now.
when he just starts laughing as he's talking, that's, oh my god. He sounds like he's like sneezing through his. Please go watch all of his videos. You will not regret it. I promise you. Anyway. So today first of all, hi, we're back. Yes. 2 weeks ago, I needed to take, if you've, how do I even start this? I don't want to like talk about this because it's very long, but I did an experiment on a type of content that I really loathe, and that's stolen content. And there's been I get to use this word, a plethora of this type of content that has been flooding my feed, and I just not interested, block, not interested, but it keeps showing up. And I wanted to do that myself. So I started posting really awful stolen content for 30 days because I wanted to make a YouTube video about it, and I did. And it was a lot for me. It was a big if you watch the video, it's not very, I'm not a very good YouTuber. I don't know like the editing. I don't know if I'm like how to use songs or sound effects or all this stuff. So it's just kind of me talking, and hopefully I'm interesting enough for people to watch it. But anyway, I did that, and editing took me, I think, like 15-20 hours. And doing this is, I know there's not a lot of like production that goes into this, but it does take me like 3 to 6 hours to edit an episode, depending on what I'm doing. So yeah, I wanted to take that week off, and because it's a lot of staring at the computer, and it's just like mentally draining to do that editing for me. And then the next week, I just I wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel like I mentioned this before, where if I feel like if I miss a week of something or miss a day of something, it's like, all right, I'm done. But that didn't really happen. It was more like I don't know. I think too much. If you've been watching any of the episodes, you surely know that by now. And I just that second week came around. It came really fast. All the weeks always just when you're doing a podcast, time flies. When you're doing anything that takes up, a good chunk of your time and that you need to prep for the next week or the next day or whatever, everything just goes by so fast. So that week off that I had, I was like, oh yeah, you get time to prepare for the next episode. And as the next episode came, I was like, you fucking this isn't going to be very good. You're not going to be able to think of anything, do anything. And so, yeah. And I don't know. I hate to be a bummer, but fuck, I don't know. Is it the seasonal depression thing? 'Cause Christmas is coming up. Everything. Do we blame that on like the holidays? I don't know. Seasonal depression. And it's not like, really bad. It was just like, fuck, meh, don't want to, can't do it. So I didn't do it. But this week, today, like the gods have blessed me with just, I don't mean to, this isn't a good thing, but like Dianne Feinstein, is it Feinstein or Feinstein? She passed away today. And then Tupac, they arrested a guy in connection with his murder. And I was talking about those things a couple weeks ago, like old people, how they shouldn't be in in office anymore. And the Tupac, I think I did something, it was a short bit about him, but talking about Tupac nonetheless. So that was kind of a sign. I was like, hey, why don't you talk about these guys again? I don't want to. So yeah, Dianne died. She was 90, which is old and natural. She should have retired 20 years ago. And I don't think that, even if I'm not very familiar with all of her things. I don't know if she was great or not. Everyone's always gonna, have problems. It's politics, so you can't really pick a side. They all suck. So she might have done a lot of good, but ultimately she should have been gone 2+ decades ago. You didn't need to continue. She kept falling at the end too. She was in a wheelchair. I think she fell in August. Is that last month? Jesus, that was just last month. Time, folks. So yeah, now I don't know how that works. If they need to, like, do they replace her right away, or is there someone on standby? Are they also 90 years old? I'm sure they are. But yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the election next year and how it's going to be Biden and another old guy. I don't know if Trump is still allowed to be in the mix, but God, I hope not. This is just it's so bleak, dude. They're too old. God, just go away, please. All right, so I wanted to look up. I can't, by the way, nothing's changed here on the Cahn Solo podcast. We're still cramped. I don't know if you can hear the little squeaky chair. It's been really driving me crazy. And the microphone, I gotta go. I'm trying to use my left hand to do the mouse. Tupac. I don't know the exact details. I just saw that this guy was arrested. I've seen his face before, but I didn't know how serious. Okay, Rolling Stone. Oh, there's our buddy Brian. So all right, this guy, Dwayne Keefe D, Dwayne Davis. I'm sure he won't mind if I got his name wrong, or maybe he will. And never mind. All right, so yeah, it says that he's the self-proclaimed last living person involved in the September 1996 drive-by shooting that killed Tupac. Davis, in essence, signed his own arrest warrant in recent years following the release of his memoir, Compton Street Legend, which detailed the Crips members' alleged involvement in the Shakur. Okay, so basically he wrote a book and he said all these things about how he was there with with Suge Knight when Tupac was shot. So that was kind of stupid to do. Why would you do that? So I don't know when this book came out, but I'm assuming it was fairly recently, or I don't know why they would wait like until now to do this. So this must have been fairly recent. All right, so in his book, he detailed what happened before the shooting. All right, this is kind of long, but it looks like he was in a Cadillac that pulled up next to Suge Knight and Tupac, and it doesn't really say what happened after that. I'm guessing they're gonna investigate this further, but if he wrote a book about it, like that was really stupid, sir. Why would you do that? And I get people do those kinds of things they want to they want to make money and they want to have an interesting story. Like I remember Leonard Skinner, I think it was the piano player that, I don't know if he wrote a book or if he was just doing interviews about like certain people dying in his arms, but I think the drummer, somebody in the band, they were having all these like disagreements, like, oh no, that didn't happen, like he died on impact and he's making this up, that didn't happen at all. Yeah, it did, he died in my lap. Like, so this might be a thing where it's like he didn't have anything to do with this. He just pulled up, and maybe he didn't. I don't know why you would. Why would you admit that in a book? Like, yeah, I killed him. Yeah, I killed Tupac. Yeah, I was right there. You know, people are gonna read it when books come out. That's what people do. They read books. So I don't know why. I don't know why you would put that in there. Why would you do that? Look what happened. It's like OJ had that book. I did if I did it, and the if was really small. He did it. He murdered Nicole and what was that guy's name? Ronald Goldman. All right, we're not going to talk about murder anymore. We're going to talk about so there was a we're going to talk about what we're not going to talk about because I can't get this page to load. There was I don't even know why I'm going to talk about this right now. I guess it's a sneak preview for next week. There was a TikTok that I saw just last night, and it was this guy. I've seen this guy before. I can't think of his name. He's got a beard. He's got glasses, and I've been told I kind of look like him. I can't think of his name. I can't even think of his. He has like a catchphrase. He always raises one eyebrow. And he's really, really smart. He's like, I think he's like a scientist or something. He's always doing all these crazy experiments. I don't even know how to look him up. Anyway, he had this TikTok that I saw about it was the top 10 most popular like historical figures like in the world through history, like since we've been giving track of history. And it was like Jesus was on there. Leonardo da Vinci, Genghis Khan, I think. I don't know. But he had he kind of skimmed over this list, and it was really interesting. It was Pantheon is the site. But every time that I go on here and I try to do it, it does it by rankings, and I'm trying to do it by rankings, and it has memorable people from 3500 BC to today, and I'm trying to do it, but like the screen is like grayed out, and it keeps showing the like little loading thing. I did it on Safari, Firefox, whatever, all the Chrome different browsers. I restarted my computer. I tried it on my phone. Like, it's just not loading. I don't know if the guy like crashed the site by posting that TikTok or not, but I thought that would be fun to do that because you can do it by their occupation. So I think what he did was like just everybody, but I wanted to do it by like who are the top 10 male and female like musicians, sports, like athletes, whatever. The ones that he listed were, like philosophers and stuff, which rightfully so. I think this should be pretty popular. But anyway, we're not going to do that today because I can't get the thing to load. It's actually loading right now. It's still, the little guy is just spinning. Anyway, what I was going to do after that was update on the Patreon. I feel bad because I don't feel bad. I just don't think that the amounts that we're doing are a good amount for what we're providing. All right, quick Patreon lesson from what I've learned. When you go on there, it tells you like the tiers that you can do for your patrons, and it gives you like kind of ideas like, oh, if you want to do this, give them behind the scenes looks at your videos or your pictures, or do this or that. And they all suggest you start off with the lowest one, between $3 to $5. And I think the reason for that is because they take a good chunk of money out of it. So if you're doing $3 to $5, you will actually make like $1.75 to $3 or something. And so I think I set it at I think I did 5, 10, 15, and 20, and then like a joke one that was like 1,000 or something. So I wanted to change those. I wanted to drop them, but on the site it says once people sign up, you can't change it. So you're screwed. So you have to delete the tiers or like start over. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, I think there's 9 or 10 of you that are signed up. I appreciate that so much. But I'm going to like delete the tiers, but then immediately re-upload them so the price changes. Hey, what's up? It's me again. The camera shut off. Anyway, what I was saying, I can't remember exactly what I was saying when it cut off. So I'm going to change the tiers. I'm going to lower the price. So you're probably going to, I guess, be deleted, or I think it'll notify you like, hey, your account is canceled. Here's your money back or something. But I'm going to immediately re-upload them or whatever with the new prices. So whatever tier you're in, if you want to go back into it, the price is going to drop. So that's good, right? So if you're in the 10, it'll go down to like 7 or whatever. I wrote them all down. So that's what's going to happen. The things are going to change. So if you get kicked out and you're like, whatever, I don't want to go back into it, I appreciate you for having signed up. If you do go back into it, thank you very much as well. It's going to be cheaper. And I feel like the stuff that you're getting, like we have a little sticker and the signed picture of us. But we don't have like bonus episodes. We don't have anything like, super spectacular. So I was thinking like, that's not really worth like $5, $10, $15 a month. Like there's a couple of you in the 15 and like, holy shit, thank you. But we're going to lower that for you. The other reason why is the main channel, where I'm just myself, even though I'm myself here. I've had a couple of people, especially after that last video with the stolen content, people ask me, which is so crazy to me, how do you have like a Venmo or do you have a Patreon where I can like donate money? Like they want to like give money. Well, what? And I used to make money on like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, but Instagram and Facebook stopped that. They don't give any money anymore. And TikTok is like pennies. And they changed their program or whatever, but it's not doing anything like Instagram and Facebook were doing. So I've been talking to a few people about doing a Patreon, so I'd have 2 on the main channel where I do all the little skits and shit. So that's also why I wanted to lower this one, because it's weird, because there's people that listen to this but they don't watch the other stuff that I do, and then vice versa. There's people that are like, you have a podcast? And So they don't go into this world where I'm talking with a teddy bear. So I want to lower both of them in case they like want to support both. So the Patreon is on the main channel is going to be kind of the same thing. Only over there, I'm going to be able to give more stuff. I'm going to be able to post short little videos and what have you. But on here, it's not that great. Like, you get a sticker. I can't remember the other thing. I'll probably change a few things to make it a little more fun, I guess. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, that was Pantheon, baby. It's not working. I technical difficulties. I was planning on doing this, and I assumed that the site would work. It's funny, everything on this site but that thing works. Like, they have a games section where you can do trivia, and you can do profiles of just of people by themselves. Giovanni Boccaccio, I don't know who that is. Oh, he's a writer. So yeah, you can look on his thing, but then if you go to rankings and you go to people, it just loads. So we're going to do that next week for sure. I received quite a few really nice messages. I never know, like, if I should be like using your names on here. I guess I can, like, Melanie. I'm going to use your first names. Melanie. Hi, Melanie. I hope that you're having a good day. I really do. Based off of your job, what you told me you do, holy shit. That sounds stressful. And I hope that my voice is bringing you relaxation and joy. All right, that's enough. I got some messages that were they're always very kind. They're never like, fuck you, I hate your shitty podcast. They're always very supportive and very, very kind. And like Melanie, this young lady sent me this. I thought I was in trouble at first because it was quite a lengthy message, and I was like, oh shit, like I said something that I didn't mean to, but it was, oh man, those kinds of things, they help a lot, and especially when I'm I'm not in like a huge funk, but we're always up and down, right? And so, yeah, the last week and a half, kind of hearing those positive messages really help. And so thank you to everybody. When you say things like, when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm struggling right now, or I'm, like I said, I'm not this week, we're not doing it this week. You know, I see like on YouTube and Instagram when people are like, hey, we're still here, take your time, we're hope you're good, can't wait to have you back. That shit just is like, man, come on. So that's that keeps us going. And we did 40 episodes in a row. I think that's pretty good. There's people that do like seasons, which I don't quite understand, of podcasts where they'll do a season for, 6 months or whatever, and then another season later, like a TV show, which I guess kind of makes sense because you can get prepare for it and everything, and just take a break. But I wanted to do this once a week, and that was the goal, to do it once a week, no weeks off. But I had to, for my sanity with editing that video, I had to take that week off, and then the next week, like I said, it was just like, take another one. So we're back in the groove, I think, even though we couldn't really do what we wanted to do today. And I'm gonna be honest here. I almost, when this thing was not loading, I almost was like, we're not gonna do it this week. I almost put another post out that was like, I'm sorry, we are not prepared. But I wanted to talk about the seating thing, and I did want to talk about the Tupac situation and Diane's passing and all the old people thing, but we kind of already talked about that, and I didn't want this episode to be about death. We've talked about that enough. On that note, that will do it for us. I think this is a short and sweet episode, maybe, possibly under 30 minutes. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I edit. But Mr. Stu, did you have anything you'd like to add? Okay, how could you have been in the car behind Tupac when you were in a bin in my grandma's storage unit in 1996? So you climbed out, hitchhiked from Huntington Beach to Las Vegas, saw that happen, and then came back? Wow, I had no idea you were such a diehard Mike Tyson fan that you would go that far. Anyway, seating is the opposite of standing, and you deserve to sit. So this weekend, relax, no standing, only seating, because it's a wonderful thing to do. If you go shopping, oh wait, I already said this at the beginning. Whatever, it's an important message, so I'll say it again. Hey, if you go shopping this weekend and you use a cart, make sure when you're done with it, you put it back in the cart return where it belongs, because that makes the world a better place, makes you a productive member of society, and just, it's the right thing to do. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.